Section 213 of the Lincoln Storybook, by Henry L. Williams. Don't waste the plug, but use it. Read for LibriVox.org by Magdalena Cook. Don't waste the plug, but use it. Treasurer Chase conducted the financial course of the war on the principle of each day taking care of itself. But still he resisted plans for relief not of his own conception. So he threw cold water on the Walker suggestion that the currency should bear interest with a view that holders would hoard it. Walker said Taylor of Ohio ran to the President for a higher hearing. But though the President now espoused the scheme, the Secretary still was counter on the ground that the Constitution was against it. "Taylor," said Lincoln, with his frankness, which resembled impiety now, "go back and tell Chase not to bother about the Constitution. I have the sacred instrument here, and am guarding it with great care." But a personal discussion with Chase was compulsory, during which the granite man stood on the Constitution. "Chase," finally said the decisive factor, "this reminds me of a little sea yarn." A little coaster on the Mediterranean was in stress of storm. The Italian seamen have their own ideas of behavior under disaster, and fell on their knees to invoke the interposition of the usual stronghold, the Madonna, of which there was a statue in wood. But many and genuine as were the invocations, all were unanswered. The gale continued, and more damage was done the upper works. Whereupon, in a rage, the skipper ordered the image to be hurled overboard. Strange to say, almost instanter the tempest lulled, and in a short time the bark rode steadily on the Pacific waters. Come to examine the leak in the side, they found the wooden effigy thrown over sucked into it and so plugged up the cavity. The ship was saved by the castaway notion. Now we're all aboard to save the ship, by any plug. Footnote: plug in Western speech, any substitute, worthless otherwise, an old horse, a leaden counter, a makeshift, the plug hat, however, comes from the shape, a cylinder of tobacco being so called. End of footnote. That is offered. Since prayers don't seem to do it, let us try find a muss of Walker's proposition. End of section 213. This recording is in the public domain.